my YouTube channel. This is Belinda Bricks, your one and only Belinda Bricks. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be talking about my culture, my pride. My culture, my pride. So we're gonna be doing more of videos today, more from my sister's wedding. I'm going to take you through the beginning of the wedding and to the end of it, how we pay our bride price, how they get married to a Rivers woman, how the Kalabaris do their traditional wedding. Let's go!
Let you know how go I feel. It be like you go dey tender, you go dey tender, you go dey tender.
Welcome again and again to Belinda YouTube channel. I believe you've seen the first video which I posted on the arrival of everybody coming in for the wedding. So let's go to the next part where I'll be showing a video of where the family of the bride, more of the extended friends and family, will be there on the table. And in my culture, the man doesn't take a bride price, the women does. We have, like, maybe let's say for instance, my sister's father, mother, that's my grandma, will bring our friends, and more of the women in the family, they will sit down to take the bride price. My father will not be there. Everything that is given to my dad will be given to him after the women are finished doing the traditional rites. A man is not supposed to be on a table where they are paying the lady's bride price. That's funny, right? After a man finished taking care of his daughter, he will not be there to receive the bride price. That's Kalabari culture for you. You're welcome to it anyways. So we'll go to the next part where the women sit. The table is there with a lot of drink and plenty of envelopes. So most times they give him a list when it comes for for the introduction. So when they give him the list, it depends on the man. If he wants to go ahead to buy most of those things on the list, he goes ahead to buy. But if he doesn't want to buy, he pay them in cash. So there are prices on each of those items that were given to him to buy. So it depends if he wants to pay them in cash or he wants to buy those items himself, or give it to the wife, mother, or the wife herself who go to the market and get those stuffs. But in my sister's case, it was different. Most of the things that were asked for him to buy, he actually paid them in cash because he didn't want to stress his bride. You know what that means. When a man loves you, he doesn't want to stress you. So he didn't want to stress his bride, he wants to stress the bride mother, so he had to do most of the things in cash. But there are some items that are very compulsory that you have to buy. Those are the wrappers. You see those fine wrappers? You have to buy them. That one you can't give in cash. So the items which is maybe more of the maltina, the yam, you know, things that are buyable and it can be waived out in paying of cash, but not buying those items. So that video, they all sat down doing their things and they bring out the list, start calling it one after the other. Then one of the main person, the child lady in the group of women sitting down to take the bride price, one will have to take it first, one will call the list, and all these things, they are not doing it in English, they are doing it in our dialect. They speak our language. So they will speak, the chairlady will take up one of the items on the list, and if it is the stuff he bought, they will take it, they will round it to themselves. The first person by our side will take, oh, I've seen it, oh, he has bought it, oh, I've seen it, oh, he has bought it, oh. The next person will take it. That's how they will round it among themselves and keep it on the table. For cash prizes, for cash items, they will have to bring out the cash. Somebody will count, another person will count. One person doesn't count the money. Like, almost all of them can actually count the money to be very sure that it's complete. Now the wines on the table, because my sister literally bought 32 or 36 packs of red wine. Is that not too much? But what can I do? That's tradition. So she bought 36 cartons of red wine. It will be on their table. They will share it to everybody that is on the list. That's the first stage of the Kalabari tradition. So welcome again and
Sing for me, please. 1, 2.
So this is love. So this is love. So this is what makes life.
welcome again, guys, to my culture, my pride. Do not forget, we are still on the Kalabari bride price, payment, and traditional marriage. So the last video you saw was when the women was on the table. So I'm going to go to the next one, where if this stuff is done in the bride's house, then everybody, if the traditional marriage is going to be done in the father's compound, which everything would take place in the same place. But in my sister's case, it wasn't like that. After the bride price was being paid, we moved to the venue where the traditional marriage was going to take place. So we all got there, and the bride was taken into a room, dressed in the first attire you will see me post in my next video. So after she finished dressing in that attire, she will come out and greet our people who are all waiting for her to see how beautiful she looks on that day. So we all came out. You will see that 3 other children were actually dressed like her. It's normal in our culture that we have people to escort the bride, more like Ashwebi girls, but we do more of this with the little kids. It's always normal that either 3 or 4 little kids will be in her front. Then if she also wants to have her friends to join it, then they have to be at her back. But for my culture, it is very important and it's very necessary that 3 little kids, or 4 of them, 5, depending on how she can get, will be in front of her. Then our friends will follow behind after the bride. But in her case, she wasn't able to get most of our friends to do, because they were all already in their normal Ashwebi dress. So she didn't want to actually stress anybody, so she just went ahead and do the things the way the culture will be. But we still have women. If you look very well on the video, you will see that we have women who are dressed in one color of a particular dress, and we also have another set which was dressed in another part of another color of dress with wrappers. Very important, it's wrapper. It's not Ashwebi, it is wrapper. All those plenty wrapper they used to call in my place, is either they make an arrangement on what color of wrapper they are going to tie with a blouse on that day. So she came out, the first one, and she greeted her people. She danced all around, hailing them. In the Igbo culture, I believe the first outing would be the bride will come out and spraying perfumes everywhere to all our visitors that came on our wedding. No, but my own culture is not like that. She comes out, she will greet everybody. She will go to each of the canopies or each of the places where our visitors are sitting, and she will greet them. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, you're welcome. And she's doing it, she's waving at each of them, telling them welcome to my wedding. And after then, she goes back inside. We get to the venue where they call it be fair. My people call it be fair. Do you know what that means in English? Buying of mouths. They will need to buy the bride's mouth, and the husband has already bought those items to buy his wife's mouth. We have 2 methods. It depends on the method you want to follow. Some people tend to make different type of meals. When I mean different types of both our local dishes, both any other local dishes, but different kind of meals. But our local dishes must be there, which is onunu and fish. So it has to be there. You have to keep it. Do you know what onunu is? Onunu is plantain and yam mashed together, pounded together with palm oil that is very smooth, and it's super extra sweet. You want to try it? Come and order from me. I'm gonna make it for you. So every other meal will be there. And this stage, I'm going to show you the video below. This stage, after the bride, she will still wear the same outfit because the husband hasn't bought them out yet. And so because of that, the husband hasn't married her yet. We must do that particular part. If not, the husband has not married. Forget the first one you did by paying bride price. That's bride price. He needs to buy his wife mouth. So he needs to do the necessary things, which is wear all those wrappers, beads, handbags. We have like 3 boxes. So each of those boxes have their different items in it. So he has to buy it. If he doesn't buy it, he's not ready to be married. So when she sits down, our family members will be there. The husband's family member will also be there, and more of our extended family and friends also will be there. Then she will have to sit down. She will be in the middle. The husband will be somewhere. He doesn't come near the venue of the program. He doesn't. He's only called when any items is not seen there. They will call him out. Why is this item not here? He will say, okay, you paid it. Okay, after the whole thing, they will ask him, you've bought your wife's mouth, come and drop something. He will still drop money. They like money. He will still drop money. So after then, so the first stage after sitting down is she will sit down. Then the food, if it is food, the food will be served to her one after the other in a small plate. They will dish out the food in a small plate. They will serve it. They will keep a spoon. They will keep a fork. They will put it, but she's not allowed to eat it. Once she opens her mouth to eat it, that's it. It's a tradition. They will start all over again. No matter how forceful they are with the food, she's not supposed to open her mouth to take any of those food. That is how we buy our mouths in my tradition. She's not supposed to open her mouth. Any food that comes, she's gonna do. So that's how she's going to do it. So she's not going to eat all the food, including the money. If the husband did not make any preparation for food, like my sister's, like I said, I was using my sister's wedding as an example. There was no meal prepared because everybody do not want to be stressed. So they did the second option, which is the money option. So every item that we're supposed to use for the buffet part, he turned it into money. He made it, or he gave it into money, into cash. He said he didn't want to start stressing anybody. So more of the money, they'll bring it out, they will count, and they will do it on her face. She will still be squeezing her face very well. You know, women like money, so she's not supposed to smile. When they spray the money on her, she'll be like, they spray it again, she'll be like, they spray the money again, she'll be like, she's gonna strong herself so that she will not smile. So that's that for that. So we get to the stage where I'm still going to show you a video below where they open the box of wrappers. Plenty wrappers. Like the wrapper was plenty. Normally it's supposed to be like 2 boxes of wrappers, like different type of wrapper. They have different names for it. I can't help you with that, but if you want to know, please drop a comment and I will look for the names for you. She has to buy different wrapper. Of course, if you're going to get married to a Rivers man or you're getting married to a Rivers lady, the list will be given to you. So you have to go through it and check the names of those wrappers. And you go to the market and you go to where they sell wrappers and you start calling the names one after the other. Then they will start bringing out the wrappers for you. Most of them are very old, older than me, so I can't help you with that. So they bring out the wrappers one after the other. They demonstrate what those wrappers are for. They demonstrate how she's going to use them, where she's going to wear them to, what she's going to do with the wrappers. Everything is explained just at that buffet part. After explaining the wrappers, then they will open the second box, which contains underwears, pants, towel, bras and makeups, shoes and bags. So everything will be explained one after the other. When I mean one after the other, it can sometimes be time consuming, but it's tradition. It has to go. So most times they make them hasten up in whatever they are doing so that the bride can have a day, dance and still entertain her visitors and welcome them and tell them thank you for also coming to celebrate this wonderful day with me. So the bride will, everything will be demonstrated to the bride, including the towels, how she's going to tie it when her husband is back, how she's going to do like this when she's going to meet the husband, how she's going to do this, how she's going to wear her shoes, how she's going to rock the bags. Everything will be explained. So after this whole thing has been done, the husband will be called and he'll be like, oh, we've seen all the items you bought, we've seen everything you've done, well done, our in-law. You're now welcome to the family. You've finally paid all our bride price. You've done the necessary things that you're supposed to do to marry our daughter. So is this your wife? Is this things that you bought for her? The questions will be asked and the husband will answer. Is that a yes or a no? But my sister husband, of course, answered. Is a yes. It's actually a yes. And he got all the items required from him. And they told him, okay, for you to take your wife, because she's now your wife, you have to drop something. And my in-law brought out money from his pockets and gave it to them. And they said, thank you. Oh yeah, go and hug your wife. He went ahead and he hugged his wife. And everybody went out. That was still the first outfit. She came out to greet her in-laws and her family members and friends that came to celebrate the day with her. So they did all of that and we went on to the third stage. The third stage is when he has married his wife. The first stage, I didn't say, is that the woman is yet to be married. That's why she's wearing a short wrapper. She's still a single lady wearing a short wrapper, coming out to greet her visitors. Now the second outfit which she came out with is now she's now a fully married woman. She's a married woman, so she has to dress decent, she has to dress properly, she has to dress to cover all her whole body because she's married. So that's the second outfit you see her coming out with below. Check the video I'm gonna post. The next page of the video I'm gonna post is when the bride was, it's not a wife. She's no longer a bride, she's a wife material. So the wife will come out dressing that way and the husband will come out dressing in their second outfit. So for the fact that my sister is Kalabari and the husband is Igbo, he had to wear his Igbo wear. She came out because they are married, they are now husband and wife. So she came out with the second outfit, which they came out this second time. They went down to their seat that was prepared for the Royal Majesty and His Highness. And they all went there, they sat down. Every activity for the day was done. So it got to a point also where the wife will have to take a wrapper and tie it all over her husband. That's our tradition. That's welcome my husband. You have done well, you've paid on the bride price, you've done the necessary things, and this is how I want to appreciate you. She will have to tie him the wrapper, she cover him up with it. That's one of the wrapper that he bought. He's saying, welcome my dear husband. You have done well, you have done good, and I appreciate you for doing all the necessary requirements just for me to be your wife. So after that part, every other activities will be done. If the bride wants to still change the third, the fourth, the fifth time, is her choice. But every other thing has been done, which is most importantly the paying of the bride price and the morning, and also the Mayfair section where the husband have to buy them out. So any question you want to ask about the Kalabari tradition marriage, the traditional marriage of the Kalabaris, or you also want to know my culture, my pride, if I have to be repeating my words all over and over again, please bear with me, and thank you so much for watching this video with me. Any question you want to ask, please do not forget to drop a question in the comment box. And don't forget, subscribe, like. Subscribe. Bye-bye.